Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Every Day. I'm Sarah Mitchell, and today we have something really special for you.
And I'm David Chen. Sarah, I'm so excited about this episode because this is literally life-changing stuff we're talking about today.
Absolutely. Today we're diving into English for job interviews, how to answer common questions, impress your interviewer, and land that dream job.
This is one of the most requested topics from our community, and I totally understand why. Job interviews in English can be nerve-wracking.
So nerve-wracking. And if you're new here, welcome. We make English learning practical, fun, and useful for real-life situations. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we drop episodes every single week.
Yes, and if you've been following our series, you've learned conversation skills, how to express opinions, daily habits. Now we're taking it to the professional level.
Because let's be honest, mastering job interview English can literally change your career trajectory. This is high-stakes stuff.
Exactly. The difference between getting hired and getting rejected often comes down to how well you communicate in the interview.
Not just your qualifications, your communication. And here's what makes this challenging. Interviews aren't normal conversations. There are specific phrases, structures, and even cultural expectations you need to know.
Right, you can't just wing it. You need preparation, strategy, and the right vocabulary. And that's exactly what we're going to give you today.
So, whether you're a recent graduate looking for your first job, a professional switching careers, or someone relocating to an English-speaking country, this episode is for you.
Grab something to take notes with because we're about to drop some serious value. And before we jump in, if you're already excited about this topic, show us some love with a quick like. It really helps us reach more learners.
All right, David, let's start with the reality check. Why are job interviews in English so difficult, even for advanced learners?
Oh man, there are so many layers to this. First of all, the pressure. You're not just speaking English, you're speaking English while being evaluated.
Right. It's like being asked to perform brain surgery while someone's grading you. The stakes are incredibly high.
And then there's the formality issue. Interviews require professional language that many English courses don't teach. You need to sound confident, but not arrogant. Friendly, but not too casual.
That's such a fine line. I remember interviewing candidates who were clearly competent, but used too much casual language. They said things like, yeah, totally, and that's cool in a formal interview.
Ooh, yeah, that's rough. You need to code switch to professional English. And here's another challenge. Unexpected questions.
The worst. You prepare for, tell me about yourself, and then they hit you with, if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
I've heard that one. It's bizarre, but it happens. And if your English isn't strong, these curveball questions can throw you completely off balance.
Plus, there's the cultural aspect. Different cultures have different interview norms. In some places, being humble is valued. In Western interviews, you need to confidently sell yourself.
Yes, this is huge. In English-speaking countries, especially the US, you're expected to talk about your achievements proudly. If you're too modest, they think you lack confidence.
And then there's the vocabulary gap. You might be an excellent engineer or accountant in your own language, but do you know the English terms for your specific skills and accomplishments?
Nodding exactly. Technical vocabulary is one thing, but knowing how to articulate your value professionally in English, that's a whole different skill set.
So, today we're going to break down the most common interview questions, give you perfect answer structures, and teach you the phrases that will make you sound polished and professional. Before we dive into specific questions, let's talk about the STAR method. David, break this down for our listeners.
Absolutely. STAR is a powerful framework for answering behavioral interview questions. It stands for situation, task, action, result.
This is interview gold, everyone. Take notes.
Here's how it works. S, situation. Set the context. Where were you? What was happening? T, task. What was the challenge or responsibility? What did you need to accomplish? A, action. What specific actions did you take? This is the most important part. R, result. What was the outcome? Quantify it if possible.
Let me give you an example. Let's say the question is, tell me about a time when you solved a difficult problem.
Perfect question for STAR. Here's how you'd answer.
In my previous role as a marketing coordinator, situation, we were losing social media engagement, and my manager asked me to increase it by 30% within 3 months. Task. I conducted audience research, created a content calendar with more interactive posts, and collaborated with influencers in our niche. Action. As a result, we increased engagement by 45% in just 2 months, exceeding our goal. Result.
Perfect. See how structured that was? You told a complete story with a clear beginning, middle, and end.
The STAR method keeps you focused and prevents rambling. Interviewers love this because it's easy to follow and demonstrates your competence clearly.
And here's a pro tip. Practice converting your experiences into STAR format before the interview. Have 5 to 6 STAR stories ready to go.
Yes, because questions like, tell me about a challenge you faced, or describe a time you showed leadership all use the same STAR structure. Okay, let's tackle the big one. Tell me about yourself. This is usually the first question, and it sets the tone for everything.
This question is deceptively simple. It seems casual, but it's actually critical. You have about 60 to 90 seconds to make a strong first impression.
Right. And here's what you should not do. Don't give your entire life story. I've had candidates tell me about their childhood, their hobbies, what they had for breakfast.
Well, I was born in a small town. No, stop right there.
Instead, use what I call the present, past, future formula.
Ooh, I like this. Break it down.
Present. Who you are professionally right now. I'm currently a software developer with 5 years of experience in web applications. Past. Brief, relevant background. How you got here. I started my career as a junior developer at a startup, where I learned to work in fast-paced environments and wear multiple hats. Future. Why you're interested in this role. I'm now looking for an opportunity to take on more leadership responsibilities and mentor junior developers, which is why I'm excited about this senior developer position.
Perfect formula. You're basically saying, this is who I am, this is how I got here, and this is why I want to work with you.
Exactly. It's concise, relevant, and directly connects to the job you're applying for.
And notice the professional language, fast-paced environments, wear multiple hats, take on more responsibilities. These are all great professional phrases.
Let's do another example. David, give us a tell me about yourself answer for a marketing role.
Sure. Okay. Clear my throat. I'm currently a digital marketing specialist with 3 years of experience in content marketing and SEO. I began my career at an e-commerce company where I developed skills in data analysis and campaign optimization. I've successfully increased organic traffic by over 60% in my current role. I'm now looking to join a larger organization where I can scale these strategies and work with a diverse team, which is what attracted me to this position at your company.
Excellent! About 45 seconds, hits all 3 points, sounds confident and professional.
And before we continue, quick reminder, if you're finding this valuable, smash that like button and subscribe to English Every Day.
All right, let's go rapid fire through the most common interview questions with model answers.
Let's do it. Question 1. Why do you want to work here?
This is about showing you've done your research. Here's the formula. I'm impressed by specific company achievement or value. I particularly admire specific detail. Combined with my background in your skill, I believe I could contribute to specific company goal.
Example. I'm impressed by how your company pioneered sustainable packaging in the industry. I particularly admire your commitment to reducing carbon emissions by 50% by 2030. Combined with my background in supply chain management, I believe I could contribute to optimizing your green logistics initiatives.
I'm impressed. See how specific that is? You're not just saying it's a great company.
Question 2. What are your greatest strengths?
Pick 2 to 3 strengths relevant to the job and back them up with examples. One of my key strengths is strength. For example, brief story. This has allowed me to result.
Example. One of my key strengths is problem solving under pressure. For example, when our system crashed during a product launch, I quickly identified the issue, coordinated with the development team, and we were back online within an hour. This has allowed me to build a reputation as someone who stays calm during crises.
Question 3. What is your greatest weakness?
The dreaded weakness question. Here's the strategy. Pick a real weakness, but show you're working on it.
Never say I'm a perfectionist or I work too hard. Interviewers see through that.
Right. Instead, I've sometimes struggled with real weakness, but I've been actively working on it by specific actions. I've already seen improvement in result.
Example. I've sometimes struggled with delegating tasks because I want to ensure everything is done perfectly. However, I've been actively working on this by learning to trust my team members more and providing clear guidelines up front. I've already seen improvement, our team has become more independent, and our project delivery times have actually improved.
Perfect. You're showing self-awareness and growth mindset. Question 4. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Don't say, in your job. Show ambition, but also commitment.
In 5 years, I see myself realistic career progression within the field. I'm particularly interested in developing expertise in relevant area. I believe this role would be an excellent foundation for that growth.
Example. In 5 years, I see myself in a senior project management role leading cross-functional teams on complex initiatives. I'm particularly interested in developing expertise in agile methodologies and change management. I believe this role would be an excellent foundation for that growth.
Question 5. Why did you leave your last job? Or why are you looking to leave your current position?
Cautiously. Careful here. Never badmouth your previous employer.
Never. Even if they were terrible. Stay positive and focus on what you're moving towards, not what you're running from.
I'm looking for a positive opportunity that my current role doesn't offer. I've accomplished achievements, and I'm now ready for next step.
Example. I'm looking for opportunities to work on larger scale projects that my current role doesn't offer. I've accomplished a lot, including launching 3 successful campaigns, and I'm now ready for more strategic responsibilities where I can impact company-wide initiatives.
Okay, time for our favorite part. Interview disaster stories.
Oh boy, I've got some good ones.
Me first. So I was interviewing for my first teaching position years ago. Really nervous. The interviewer asked me, "What's your teaching philosophy?"
Classic question.
And my brain just blanked. I panicked and said, teach them good?
No way. Teach them good?
I know. It was mortifying. I literally sounded like a caveman. The interviewer just stared at me, waiting for me to elaborate, and I just kept saying, yeah, like, teach them really good things?
That's amazing. Did you get the job?
Miraculously, no. But I learned a valuable lesson. Always prepare for common questions.
Okay, my turn. So I was interviewing for a corporate position, and I was trying so hard to sound professional and impressive.
Uh-oh, where's this going?
The interviewer asked, "What motivates you?" And I wanted to say I am motivated by challenges and growth opportunities, but instead what came out was, "I'm motivated by cheese and gross opportunities."
Cheese!
I don't know what happened. My brain just misfired. And the interviewer was like, "Did you just say cheese?"
What did you do?
I turned bright red and said, "I meant challenges, not cheese." Though I do like cheese. They laughed too, thankfully, and I actually got the job.
That's incredible. See, everyone, even when you mess up, if you can laugh at yourself and recover gracefully, it's okay.
Exactly. Interviews are human interactions. One mistake won't ruin everything. It's about your overall impression.
But seriously, practice prevents cheese and gross opportunities moments. Here's something many candidates forget. You should ask questions too. This shows engagement and helps you evaluate if the company is right for you.
Yes, the interview is a two-way street. When they ask, "Do you have any questions for us?" never say no.
Seriously, never. That signals disinterest. Always have 3 to 5 questions prepared.
Here are great questions to ask about the role. What does a typical day look like in this position? What are the biggest challenges someone in this role would face? How would you measure success in this position during the first year? What opportunities for professional development does this role offer?
Those show you're thinking practically about the actual work.
About the team. Can you tell me about the team I'd be working with? What's the management style of the person I'd be reporting to? How does this team collaborate with other departments?
About the company. Where do you see the company heading in the next few years? What do you enjoy most about working here? What are the company's values, and how are they reflected in day-to-day operations?
That last one is gold. It shows you care about culture fit.
And here's a pro tip. Take notes during the interview so you can ask informed follow-up questions. It shows you're engaged. Let's give our listeners some high-level professional phrases that will make them sound polished.
These are money phrases. Use them and you'll sound like a seasoned professional.
For describing your experience, I spearheaded project. I was instrumental in achievement. I successfully implemented initiative. I collaborated with cross-functional teams to I took ownership of responsibility.
Notice these are all action verbs. Never say, "I was responsible for." Say, "I spearheaded" or "I managed."
For discussing achievements, I exceeded targets by X%. I streamlined the process resulting in I identified an opportunity to, I drove revenue growth of, under my leadership, the team.
These always quantify when possible. Numbers make your achievements concrete and memorable.
For showing enthusiasm, I'm particularly excited about. What really appeals to me about this role is I'm passionate about, I'm eager to contribute to. This aligns perfectly with my career goals because
Enthusiasm matters. Show you actually want the job.
for addressing challenges, I've encountered similar challenges in the past, and here's how I approach them. That's an interesting challenge. My initial thought would be, based on my experience, I would need to gather more information, but my approach would likely involve
These show analytical thinking and confidence.
4 soft skills. I pride myself on my attention to detail. I thrive in fast-paced environments. I'm a strong advocate for, I excel at building relationships with. I'm known for my ability to. Remember, communication isn't just words. Your body language matters enormously in interviews.
Absolutely. Even with perfect English, poor body language can sink your chances.
Positive body language. Maintain natural eye contact, not staring, just engaged. Posture. Sit up straight, lean slightly forward to show interest. Smile. Genuine smiles, especially at the beginning and end. Hand gestures. Natural, controlled gestures, not too wild. Nod. Occasionally nod to show you're listening and understanding.
What to avoid? Fidgeting. Don't play with your pen, hair, or phone. Crossed arms. Looks defensive. Looking down. Appears insecure or disinterested. Checking the time. Seems like you want to leave. And slouching. Looks unprofessional and unmotivated.
And here's something specific for virtual interviews, which are super common now.
Yes, virtual interviews have their own rules.
Virtual interview tips. Test your technology 15 minutes early. Ensure good lighting, face the light source. Plain professional background. Camera at eye level. Look at the camera, not the screen. feels like eye contact. Mute notifications. Dress professionally. Yes, even the bottom half.
Hey, the last one? People think they can wear pajama pants, but what if you need to stand up?
Exactly. Had a friend who had to grab something during a Zoom interview, stood up in shorts.
Oh no.
Let's talk about curveball questions, the ones that catch you off guard.
These are tough, but will give you strategies.
What's your salary expectation? This is tricky. Here's how to handle it.
Based on my research of the market rate for this position in this area, and considering my X years of experience and specific skills in area, I'd expect a salary in the range of X to Y dollars. However, I'm flexible and more interested in the overall opportunity and growth potential.
You're giving a range, research this beforehand, justifying it but showing flexibility. Tell me about a time you failed. Don't panic. Everyone fails. The key is showing what you learned. Early in my career, I described failure briefly. In hindsight, I realized I should have lesson learned. Since then, how you've improved. This experience taught me valuable insight, which has made me a much stronger professional.
Turn failure into growth.
Why should we hire you over other candidates?
Confidently. While I can't speak to other candidates, I can tell you what makes me uniquely qualified for this role. I bring specific skill number 1, specific skill number 2, and unique experience. More importantly, I'm personal quality and another quality which I believe would make me a valuable addition to your team.
You're confident without being arrogant. What would your previous manager say about you? I believe my previous manager would say that I'm positive quality and another quality. In fact, in my last performance review, they specifically mentioned, actual feedback if you have it, they would likely also mention strength as something I consistently demonstrate.
If possible, reference actual feedback. It adds credibility.
The interview doesn't end when you leave the room. Follow-up is crucial.
Yes, this is where many candidates drop the ball.
Within 24 hours, send a thank you email. Here's a template.
All right, and the template is, Dear interviewer's name, thank you for taking the time to meet with me yesterday to discuss the position title. I enjoyed learning more about specific thing discussed and the opportunity to specific detail. Our conversation reinforced my enthusiasm for the position. I'm particularly excited about specific aspect of the role, and I believe my experience in relevant skill would allow me to contribute meaningfully to your team. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you need any additional information. I look forward to hearing about the next steps. Best regards, your name.
See how specific this is? It references actual conversation points, not generic.
Yes, if you don't hear back, wait the time frame they mentioned, then send a polite follow-up.
Dear name, I wanted to follow up on my interview for the position role on date. I remain very interested in the opportunity and would appreciate any update on the timeline for your decision. Thank you again for your consideration.
Short, professional, not pushy.
If you get rejected, respond graciously. You never know. Another opportunity might open up.
Yeah. Thank you for letting me know. While I'm disappointed, I appreciate the opportunity to interview and learn more about your company. I'd be interested in being considered for future opportunities that align with my skills. I wish you and your team continued success.
Stay classy. People remember gracious candidates. All right, everyone, practice time.
We want you to actively participate in this.
Go to the comment section and answer this interview question. Tell me about yourself.
Use the present, past, future formula we taught you. Present, who you are professionally. Past, how you got here. Future, why you want this role.
Make it about 3 to 5 sentences, professional tone. We'll read your answers and give you feedback.
This is a safe space to practice. No judgment, only constructive help.
And if you're feeling brave, record yourself saying it out loud. Practicing speaking is even better than writing. Wow, David, we packed so much into this episode.
We really did. Let's do a quick recap.
Today you learned why interviews in English are challenging, the STAR method for behavioral questions, how to nail "tell me about yourself," perfect answers to the top 10 interview questions, questions you should ask the interviewer, and professional phrases that impress.
We also covered body language and presentation, how to handle difficult questions, virtual interview tips, follow-up strategies, and disaster stories that prove everyone makes mistakes.
Seriously, remember, preparation is everything. The more you practice these answers out loud, the more confident you'll be.
Yes, don't just read this, actually practice speaking. Record yourself, practice with a friend, do mock interviews.
If this episode helped you, please give it a huge thumbs up. Your support helps us create more content like this.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. We drop new English lessons every week.
Don't forget to do the practice activity in the comments. We genuinely read and respond to help you.
Next episode, we're covering English email writing for professionals. Perfect complement to today's topic.
Share this video with someone who's job hunting. They'll thank you for it.
Thank you so much for learning with us today. Remember, you've got the skills and qualifications. Now you have the English to showcase them.
You're going to nail that interview.
I'm David Chen.
And I'm Sarah Mitchell.
And this has been English Every Day. Now, go get that job.
See you next time.
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep speaking English every day.